Okay. Very less students have joined still now. We'll wait for 2 minutes and then we'll start our lecture. So kindly let me know, meanwhile, that have you written the theory part of a least square method or not?
Half part.
Half part. To what?
Straight line equation.
Okay, straight line up to this straight line equation. Okay, great. So we'll revise some part and then we will take the problems. Okay, 2-3 variety of problems we will take on this least square method, and then we will move forward for the time series method. Okay, and I appeal to each and everyone, don't miss the lectures. Actually, this will count for your internal submissions. Now we are appealing, and afterward we will not hear you in December, in January month. If your attendance is less than 80%, then you have to suffer for the consequences, whatever it will be happen in the future. And most important thing, that 70% chances are there that the upcoming university exam will be happen physically, so that you have to attend this exam from the college only. Okay, and then afterward you come to me and you are asking that I have not attended the lectures, and sir, please tell me these things and that things. Then it will not be possible to me to up to that extent that I will clear your all the doubts, or I will teach once again all these particular points. Okay, so don't miss the lectures. Try to attend all the lectures, not for the POM, all the theory lectures that will enhance your knowledge. Okay, so shall I start now? In the last lecture, we have started discussion on least square method for forecasting. Okay, and it is also called as a regression analysis method. What is meant by least square method? That is nothing but in this method, we are trying to obtain a line which is best fit for the given data. Okay, which is best fit for the given data. Now, why it is called a least square method? Because we are taking up the summation of square of a deviation, and that summation of a square of a deviation is minimum, so that it is called as a least square method. And the regression analysis is used to identify the relationship between the independent variable and the dependent variable. Okay, so here in the equation, y is equal to a plus bx, this is the line equation, and in this equation we are trying to find out the unknown parameter, that is nothing but a and b, which are the unknown, where a is the y-intercept and b is the slope of the line. Okay, where b is the slope of the line and a is the y-intercept. Okay, now to obtain these values of a and b, we have to consider the normal equations to the line. Now these equations are given as equation number 1 as summation of y is equal to n multiplied by a plus b multiplied by summation of x, and the another equation is summation of x multiplied by y is equal to a multiplied by summation of x plus b multiplied by summation of x square. These two normal equations are used to determine a and b unknowns. A is the y-intercept and b is the slope of the line. Okay, and how to identify or how to determine this a and b. So for that purpose, we have also discussed the steps. Okay, so first of all, we have to provide the deviation for the given data. Then next we have to determine the summation of that particular deviations. So deviation is nothing but x. Okay, here we have given the nomenclature for deviation as x. So x is the deviation. We have to provide the deviation for each period, and then afterward we have to calculate the deviation square. Okay, afterward we know the demand, so demand will be considered as y. Okay, and summation of x multiplied by y will be calculated. Then we have provided the positive deviation and the negative deviation. So we have to ensure that the summation of deviation, that is nothing but summation of x, should be equal to 0. Okay, and once it will be equal to 0, then we have to put up that summation of x is equal to 0 in equation number 1 and 2. Now here, if you put summation of x is equal to 0 in this first equation, then we will get summation of y is equal to n multiplied by a, and further we can calculate a is equal to summation of y divided by n. Okay, and when we put summation of x in equation number 2, at that time we will get summation of xy is equal to b multiplied by summation of x square, and from that equation we can easily calculate the b value as b is equal to summation of xy divided by summation of x square. Okay, so that we have discussed in the last lecture. So in this manner we can calculate, we get this summation of y is equal to n multiplied by a when we put summation of x in equation number 1, and when we put summation of x is equal to 0 in equation number 2, we'll get summation of x multiplied by y is equal to b multiplied by summation of x square. And after doing the mathematical arrangement, we will get the a value as a is equal to summation of y divided by n, and b value as summation of x multiplied by y divided by summation of x square. Now, points to be noted that it is very easy to provide the deviation in case of odd numbers like 9, 11, 15, 17. These are the odd numbers, and in that case the middle period or middle value or middle data is easily determined. Okay, so like say if 9 values are provided or 9 period data is provided, past 9 period data is provided, so fifth number period or fifth number value will be considered as a middle value, and from that we have to provide the deviation as a positive deviation for the preceding periods or preceding data, and the negative deviations for the previous data to that particular middle period, and it will be easy to provide the deviation in case of a odd number data. Okay, and if the series or the data is provided consist of even number of periods, so in that case we have to apply some trick that whatever the two values or two periods are placed at the middle. Okay, let us say the 10 values are provided or 10 periods are provided, then which period, which two periods will be considered as a middle period? So the fifth number period and sixth number period, or fifth number data and sixth number data, these two periods or two datas will be considered as a middle two periods, and in between that two period, whatever the space is there, okay, let us say 5.5 is the middle one. Okay, so period between these two middle period, okay, middle period between these two middle periods will be considered as the middle of given data. So in that case we have to provide the 0 for that middle period, and then plus 0.5 to the preceding period and minus 0.5 to the previous period. Okay, so that is the note. You will get this note by using this data for the problem. Okay, for the problem. So first of all we will complete the write-up part, whatever remaining. Okay, and also we have discussed one problem also. Okay, so that problem we will take once again, and we will proceed for the next problem. Okay, so straight line equation y is equal to a plus bx. Okay, y is equal to a plus bx, where you can write b is the slope of the line, b is the slope of the line, b is the slope of the line, and a is the y-intercept, a is the y-intercept, b is the slope of the line, and a is the y-intercept. Y-intercept. Okay. Then next, the value of constants A and B, the value of constants A and B are determined. The value of constants A and B are determined by using the two simultaneous equations, by using the two simultaneous equation, by using the two simultaneous equation. Out of that two, first one is summation of y is equal to n multiply by a plus b multiply by summation of x and second equation is summation of x multiply by y is equal to a multiply by summation of x plus b multiply by summation of x square These two equations are called normal equations. These two equations are called normal equations. These two equations are called normal equations. These two equations are called normal equation. Next, to compute the values of A and B, the steps needs to follow to compute the values of A and B. So write down, to compute the values of A and B, first step is calculate the deviation in bracket x. Calculate the deviation in bracket x for each period, and also calculate the deviation in bracket x for each period and also sum of deviation deviations. Okay, so sum of deviation I'll write here in bracket summation of x. Okay, summation of x and sum of deviation. Then next step is find the value of summation of x square. Find the value of summation of x square. Find the value of summation of x square. Then third step is find the value of summation of x multiplied by y. Find the value of summation of x multiplied by y. X multiplied by y. Last step is make the sum of deviation summation of x is equal to 0. Make the sum of deviation equal to 0. That is summation of x is equal to 0. Make the sum of deviation, that is summation of x is equal to 0. And finally we can put up this summation of x equal to 0 in equation number 1 and 2. So substitute the value of summation of x is equal to 0. Substitute the value of summation of x is equal to 0 in equation 1 and 2. In equation 1 and 2. Okay. And then we get, after substituting summation of x is equal to 0 in equation 1, we will get summation of y is equal to n multiplied by a summation of y is equal to n multiplied by a, and after putting summation of x is equal to 0 in equation number 2, we will get summation of x multiplied by y is equal to b multiplied by summation of x square. B multiplied by summation of x square. Now these two equations will provide us the A and B equation. Okay, the equations which are used to calculate unknown quantity of a constant, that is A and B. So A is equal to summation of y divided by n, and B is equal to summation of x multiplied by y divided by summation of x square. Summation of x square. Now next noteworthy points, that first one is if the time series consists of, first one is if the time series consists of odd number of years, if the time series consists of odd number of years, to make summation of x is equal to 0, if the time series consists of odd number of years, to make summation of x is equal to 0, comma, the middle value of the time series, the middle value of the time series, the middle value of the time series, the middle value of time series is taken as the origin, is taken as the origin, is taken as the origin. Okay. Next point, if the time series consists of, if the time series consists of, if the time series consists of if the time series consists of even number of years, if the time series consists of even number of years, the midway period between two middle period, the midway period between two middle period, the midway period between two middle period is taken as origin to make x is equal to 0, to make summation of x is equal to 0. The midway period between two middle period is taken as origin to make summation of x is equal to 0. Okay. So then afterward we have also discussed the problem number 1. Okay. So once again I would like to repeat this problem. Okay. And then afterward you can write. I will explain the problem once again so that you will connect with the point, as there is a lot of gap in between the last lecture and this lecture. So I would like to explain once again this problem. Okay. So problem statement is the following data given the sales of the company for various years, fit the straight line, full stop, forecast the sales for the year 1998 and 1999. So you can note down the statement. Okay. You can note down the statement. The following data gives the sales of the company. The following data gives the sales of the company for various years. The following data gives the sales of the company for various years. Full stop. Fit the straight line. Fit the straight line. Fit the straight line. Full stop. Forecast the sales for the year. Forecast the sales for the year 1998 and 1999. Okay, 1998 and 1999. Okay, so we have true data is provided. This data is provided. Years are provided. and cell in 1,000. Okay, 000 are provided. Cells in 1,000 it is provided. That is nothing but 13,000, 20,000, 20,000 in that manner. Okay, so here the numbers are provided. We have to multiply or we have to provide the triple zeros after the number, and that much actual quantity of a cell is there. Okay, so cells in 1,000. Okay, so in the year 1989, you can write this also. Year cells in 1,000. So in 1989, 13. In 1990, 20. In 1991, 20. In 1992, 28. In 1993, 30. In 1994, 32. 1994, 32. 1995, 33. 1996, 38. 38. And 1997, 43. Okay, 1997, 43. Okay, and we have to compute the forecasting of a cell for next 2 years, that is nothing but 1998 and 1999. Okay, 1998 and 1999. I hope everybody have written the statement and the data related to the problem. Okay, now solution for understanding or easiness of a solution, we should prefer this tabular format to solve the forecasting problems. So first of all, the solution or the solution table will consist of serial number, year, cell, deviation, deviation square, and x multiplied by y, because these are the parameters that we are required in our problem solution. Okay, so serial number, why it is required serial number? Serial number will provide you the number of period, that is nothing but n. Okay, so demand of a material is considered to be an independent variable. Okay, so for cells or a demand, we have to provide the nomenclature as y. Okay, and the next is deviation. Okay, deviation of that particular period from the middle period or from the origin is we have to provide, and then afterward we have to take the deviation square also, and we require a summation of x multiplied by y, so that first of all we have to calculate x multiplied by y for each period, and at the end we can take the summation of that x multiplied by y. Okay, so first of all we have written all the numbers, serial numbers and years and the demand or a cell for that particular period. Okay, for that particular period, so you can write, you can make the columns cell, will make somewhat small. Okay, so cell, serial number, first column serial number, then year, whatever the data provided to us, in that data the years and cells are provided. Okay, years and cells are provided. So 1989 13, 1999 1990 20, 1991 20, 1992 28, 1993 30, 1994 32, 1995 33, 1996 38, 1997 43. Okay, now total number of periods or total number of data or total number of years for which data is provided, it is equal to 9. Okay, it is equal to 9. So that will come to know from the serial numbers. So at the bottom you can write n is equal to 9. Okay, you can write n is equal to 9. Okay, then next we have to take the summation of all the demands for all the periods. Okay, so add up 13 plus 20 plus 20 plus 28 plus 30 plus 32 plus 33 plus 38 and plus 43. Okay, and at the bottom you can write summation of y. Okay, so that is nothing but addition of all the period cell demand. Okay, summation of all the period cell demand. So summation of y, you will get 257. Okay, summation of y, you will get 257. Okay, then next most important part is nothing but we have to provide the deviation. Okay, so this total number of periods are 9. Okay, that is nothing but odd number of periods are provided to you. So in that case, middle period, finding out the middle period is not a rocket science. In that case, you can find out. So 4 periods are above this 5 number period. Okay, for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 periods are below this 5 number period, that is 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so middle period we can easily determine. This 1993 year is the middle period for the given data. Okay, 1993 year is the middle period for the given data. So the deviation for this period or this year will be equal to 0. Okay, deviation for this middle period will be equal to 0, and we have to provide the positive deviation for preceding data or succeeding data. So for 1994 we have to provide the 1 deviation, 1995 2 deviation, then 1996 3, and 1997 4. Okay, similar fashion in an opposite direction, or for the periods which are previous to that middle period, we have to provide the negative deviation. So for 1992 minus 1, 1991 minus 2, 1990 minus 3, and 1989 minus 4. Okay, at the end we required summation of x, that is summation of all the deviation. So if you add all the deviation, okay, so minus 4 to minus 3 minus 2 minus 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, in this fashion if you add all the deviations, you'll get summation of x is equal to 0. Okay, we'll get summation of x is equal to 0. So at the bottom you can write summation of x is equal to 0. Then next, for the next column, we have to make the deviation square. Okay, we have to make the deviation square. So deviation for 1989 is minus 4, and minus 4 square is 16. Then 1990 deviation is minus 3. Minus 3 square is 9. 1991 deviation is minus 2. Minus 2 square is 4. Then 1992 minus 1 is there, and minus 1 square is 1. So in the fashion, 0 square is 0, 1 square is 1, 2 square is 2, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, and 4 square is 16. Okay, 4 square is 16. At the bottom, we have to add up all the squares. Okay, all the summation, we have to take the summation of all the deviation squares. Okay, so add up all 16 plus 9 plus 4 plus 1, so it will be equal to 30, and 1 plus 4 plus 9 plus 16, it will also equal to 30. So 30 plus 30, it is equal to 60. So at the bottom we have to write summation of x square equal to 60. Now second thing is nothing but the last column is for x multiplied by y. So x is nothing but the deviation, and y is nothing but the cell. So 13 multiplied by minus 4 will be equal to minus 52. 20 multiplied by minus 3 will be equal to minus 60. 20 multiplied by minus 2 will be equal to minus 40. 28 multiplied by minus 1 will be equal to minus 28. 30 multiplied by 0 will be equal to 0. 32 multiplied by 1 will be equal to 32. 33 multiplied by 2 will be equal to 66. 38 multiplied by 3 will be equal to 114, and 43 multiplied by 4 will be equal to 172. Now at the bottom we required summation of x multiplied by y. So add up this all the quantities: minus 52, minus 60, minus 40, minus 28, plus 0, plus 32, plus 66, plus 114, plus 172. And at the bottom you can write summation of x multiplied by y. At the bottom you can write summation of x multiplied by y. Okay, it is clear how to calculate the things. So you can make the columns in this fashion, and you can put up the data in that column. I will provide 2 minutes. If you have any doubt, any question, you can ask. Over. Shall we move forward for the next data? Okay, once you have calculated all these parameters which are unknown in the equation number 1 and equation number 2 that we have discussed as a normal equation for the line, then we can put up first of all summation of x is equal to 0 in that equation, and we will get, after putting the summation of x is equal to 0 in equation number 1, we'll get a is equal to summation of y divided by n. Okay, put up the values of summation of y and n. Summation of y is 257 and n is equal to 9, and we will get a is equal to 28.56. Okay, a is equal to 28.56, and b is equal to, after putting summation of x is equal to 0 in equation number 2 for the normal, the normal equation for the line, equation number 2, we will get b is equal to summation of x multiplied by y whole divided by summation of x square. Okay, so here summation of x multiplied by y is 204 and summation of x square is 60. So after dividation 204 by 60, we will get b is equal to 3.4. Okay, so now the work is half done. That is nothing but we have determined the unknown quantities of line equation. That is nothing but the unknown quantities of equation y is equal to a plus bx. That is nothing but a and b we have determined. Okay, so the equation for straight line for best fit for the given data can be written as y is equal to a plus bx. Now here a is 28.56 plus b is 3.4. So our equation will be equal to y is equal to 28.56 plus 3.4 multiplied by x. Okay, 3.4 multiplied by x. Okay, now further we have to determine the cells for next 2 years, that is nothing but 1998 and 1999. So for that purpose, first of all we have to determine the deviations for 1998 year and 1999 year. Okay, so once again if you look to this deviation column, okay, deviation column, so after 1997, okay, there is 1998 year, okay, and 1999 year. So after 1997, for 1997 year we have a deviation equal to 4. Therefore we can say that for the 1998 year deviation equal to 5. Deviation for 1998 year will be equal to 5, and for 1999 year the deviation will be equal to 6. Okay, deviation will be equal to 6. So that will be nothing but x, which is the unknown quantity in the equation of, in the line equation. Okay, so for the cell of for the cell of year 1998, we can write Y98, that is the cell or the demand of product for the year 1998 will be equal to our line equation 28.56 plus 3.4 multiplied by x. Now x is the deviation, and for 1998 year the deviation is equal to 5. So instead of x we can put up 5 over here. So we will get y is equal to, or y, or the demand for the 1998 year, which is equal to 45.56, which is equal to 45.56. Now here, whatever the cell quantity is provided, it is provided in 1,000. Okay, so we have to multiply 45.56 into 1,000. So we will get this much quantity, that is nothing but 4,55,060. Okay, so this is the cell forecasting, not actual, it is a forecasting for the year 90. Yes, is there any doubt, any question? Having any doubt? Participants are
कुछ नहीं होगा, पर फोन करता है इतना जरूरी है, तो मैं देख के गया था। हाँ ये बन बैठ देगा थोड़ा।
okay. So for the 1998 year, we can consider the deviation equal to 5. Okay, after putting, we will get 45.56 for the year 1998. Y is equal to 45.56, and this cells demand is in 1,000. So we have to multiply with 1,000, and we will get the cell demand for the 1998 year equal to 4,55,060. Okay, in a similar fashion for the 1999 year, the deviation will be equal to 6. Okay, deviation will be equal to 6. So next in this line equation, if you put up the x is equal to 6, then we will get the equation as y 1999, that is the cell demand for the 99 year will be equal to 28.56 plus 3.4 multiplied by 6. Okay, and we will get this as 48.96. If you want to do the calculation, you can do the calculation for the same also. Okay, so it is equal to 48.96, and the cell demand is in 1,000, so we have to multiply with 1,000, so it will be equal to 4,89,060. That will be our answer. These are our answer for the question. Okay, so if you have any doubt, any question, you can ask, or else you can complete the write-up part. Also, side by side, do the calculation so that you can handy on the calculator also. If you have any doubt, any question, you can ask. Okay, so actually we have covered up this point or this problem in the last lecture also, but the gap is too much in between two lectures, so that I want to revise this problem so that you can connect with the point and and you can easily understand the further points also. Okay, over everybody getting the same answer? Is there any another opinion? Kindly let me know whether you understood or not. Okay, write down the second number problem. Have you finished the write-up part for the problem number 1? If yes, then you can write the problem number 2. The past data regarding the sales of SPMS, one of the company, the past data regarding the sales of SPMS for last 5 years, is given, full stop. The past data regarding the sales of SPMS for last 5 years, is given, full stop, using the least square method, comma, fit a straight line, using the least square method, comma, fit a straight line, comma, estimate the sales for the year 1996 and 1997, using the least square method, comma, fit a straight line, comma, estimate the sell for the year 1996 and 1997. Okay, so first of all we have to find out the straight line equation, and in that we have to determine the A and B values, and then next we have to predict or we have to forecast for the year 1996 and 1997. Okay, now cell is given in 100. Okay, double zeros are provided, that is nothing but in 100, that is nothing but here if the cell is 35, so the total cell will be equal to 3500, then 56 5600, 79 7900, 80 8000, 40 4000. Okay, so we have to multiply with 100 to the given data. Okay, that is nothing but here the cell in 100, double zeros are provided. So write down the data. The cell years are provided and cell is provided. So you can make the 2 rows which can notice the years and cell. Okay, cell in 100. So for the 1991 year, the cell is 35. For the year 1992, cell is 56. And for the year 1993, cell is 79. For the year 1994, cell is 80. And for the year 1995, cell is 40. Okay, cell is 40. Okay, so we just follow the steps that we have followed in followed for the first problem. Same steps we need to follow. First of all, we will plot the table with the columns, that is serial number, year, cell or a demand, then deviation square, and then x multiplied by y, that is deviation multiplied by cell demand or a cell. Okay, so in this fashion we will form the table. Okay, we will form the table. I hope you have noted all the values. So serial number, okay, so total number of periods or years are provided, it is equal to 5. So that we will come to know from the serial numbers. So serial number, years and cells you can put up as it is. For the 1991 year, the cell is 35. For the year 1992, the cell is 56. For the year 1993, cell is 79. And for the year 1994, cell is 80. And last fifth period is 1995, cell is 40. So how many number of periods are provided or how many number of year data is provided? Okay, it is equal to 5. Okay, so n is equal to 5. Now then we have to make the summation of demand or a sell. Okay, that is equal to summation of y. So 35 plus 56 plus 79 plus 80 plus 40. How much it is? You can put up in a chat box also, or you can switch on your voice and then also you can tell. Okay, so my figure is 290. Whether it is right or wrong, kindly let me know. So summation of y is equal to 290. Then out of this, then we have to provide the deviation. Okay, so out of this 5 number, middle number is 3, right? So because the 2 numbers above 3 and 2 numbers below 3, so middle number is 3. That is nothing but 1993 year will be considered as the middle period. Okay, so that period we have to provide the deviation 0, or we have to consider this is the origin. Okay, so the deviation will be equal to 0 for this period. Now the preceding period, for the preceding period we have to provide the positive deviation. So for 1994 year, 1 deviation. For 1995 year, 2 deviation. Okay, and for the previous years we have to provide the negative deviation. So for the 1992 year we have to provide the deviation as -1, and for the 1991 year we have to provide the deviation as -2. Now if you add up this deviation, that is nothing but summation of x will be equal to -2 -1 -3. Addition of -2 and -1 will be equal to -3, and addition of 1 plus 2 will be equal to 3. -3 plus 3 will be equal to 0. Okay, -3 plus 3 will be equal to 0. Next, we have to calculate the square of a deviation. So -4 square is 4, -1 square is 1, 0 square is 0, 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4. Okay, and at the bottom we have to make the summation of this deviation square. So 4 plus 1 5, 1 plus 4 5. Okay, 5 plus 5 10. So summation of x square will be equal to 10. Next, we have to perform the multiplication of x and y. So x is deviation, y is demand or a sell. So 35 multiplied by -2 equal to -70, right? 56 multiplied by -1 equal to -56. 0 multiplied by 79 will be equal to 0. 80 multiplied by 1 will be equal to 80, and 40 multiplied by 2 will be equal to 80. Okay, right? Getting everyone? Is there any question, any doubt? And at the bottom we have to add up this all the products. Okay, all the multiplications. So -70 -56 plus -56 plus 0 plus 80 plus 80. So how much it is? 80 plus 80, 160. Out of that -70, 90, and out of that -56, it will be equal to 34. Okay, getting everyone? So we have to perform the addition at the bottom. So next step is we have to fit the straight line. So for that purpose, once again we need to calculate a and b variables, or a and b constants in the equation 1 and 2 as a normal equations for straight line. So a can be calculated as summation of y divided by n. Summation of y is 290 divided by n is equal to, n is how much? 5. Okay, so divided by 5. Calculate that and let me know your answers. B is equal to summation of x multiplied by y whole divided by summation of x square. So x multiplied by y, summation of x multiplied by y is 34, and summation of x square is 10. Okay, summation of x square is 10. Okay, whether you are getting the same answer or not, kindly let me know. Do calculation everyone, and you can put up your answers in the chat box. Okay, A is 58. Right. Omkar Kale has answered. Yasar Khatik is answered. Okay, so A is 58, right? And B is 3.4. Okay, so we get this A and B values, then we can determine, or we can uh, equate that A and B values in line equation. So our line equation is y is equal to A plus bx. So A is 58. So I can put up here 58, and B is 3.4. So our first output is nothing but line equation in this particular problem, and this will be our answer. Okay, this will be our answer. I will make it bold. This will be our answer, first answer. Now next, we have to determine what we have to determine the cell forecasting for 1996 and 97. Okay, so for the 1995 year, the deviation is 2. So what will be the deviation for 96? It obviously it will be equal to 3. And what will be the deviation for the year 97? It will be equal to 4. Okay, just put up the deviations value for the particular years in this equation and determine the forecasting estimate for the year 1996 and 1997. Okay, do calculation and let me know. I will write here for year 1996 deviation x is equal to 3. Okay, right? So you can consider once again this equation. And here I will make it, okay, 96. Okay, 1996. So in that case, x is equal to 3. Let me know why 96. And for year 1997, deviation is x is equal to 4. X is equal to 4. So my equation will be, line equation will become, here x I have to replace by 4. Okay, I have to replace by 4. Let me know why 96 and why 97. Here I need to put up 97. Okay, why 96 and 97 in the chat box. Let me know your answers. Why 96 and 97? Why 96 is equal to, and why 97? Okay, so why 96 is 6820, and why 97 is 7160. Okay, so after multiplication with 100, you are getting these answers, right? Yes, sir. It will be equal to, I will write here 68.20, right? And our cell in
Yes, sir.
100, right. Okay, and it is equal to 71.60. Okay, but our cell value is provided in 100, so we have to multiply with 100. So y97 we will get 7160, and y96 we will get 6820, right? Is there any doubt, any question in this problem? Kindly let me know. And I hope you have cleared how to solve the problems on a regression analysis and a least square method. Okay, have you written everything? is, or you required some time to note down all the points? Okay, I hope you have noted down all the points and these two problems. Okay, so problem number 3 is somewhat different, means not obviously not different, but the trick is there that the cells for the domestic water pumps, the cells for the domestic water pumps manufactured by Ajit Manufacturing Company, the cells for the domestic water pumps manufactured by Ajit Manufacturing Company, Ajit Manufacturing Company is given forecast, is given after given full stop, forecast the demand for the pump, forecast the demand for the pump for the next 3 years, for the next 3 years using least square method, okay. So data is provided to you as 2 columns, one is year and second column cells. Now cells is in 1000, okay, triple zeros are provided, that is nothing but cells in 1000, okay. 1986 year, for the year 1986 the cell is 30, 87, 33, 88, 37, 89, 39, 90, 42, 91, 46, 92, 48, 93, 50, 94, 55, 95, 58, okay. Now what is the trick, or what is the change, or what is the variety of this problem from previous two problem is nothing but the number of periods are given equal to 10, okay. Number of periods are given equal to 10, and which period should be considered as a origin, that is the most important thing in this problem. All other things are the same as that of a previous problem, but the number of periods are equal to 10, okay. That is nothing but odd even number of periods are provided to you, okay. So in that case, how to determine the middle period, okay. So here I have noted that we have already noted the point that in case of an even number of periods, we have to make the summation of x is equal to 0 by considering two middle periods, okay, by considering two middle periods, and in between period of that two middle period will be considered as a origin for the deviation, okay. For or is considered to be the origin for the deviation. Now in this 10 years, okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6, okay, 7 8 9 and 10, okay. So in this 10 periods, which two periods are to be considered as a middle period, means what, uh, the same number of years should be on the right side and same number of years should be on a left side. So I will say that 1990 and 1991, these two periods can be considered as a middle period, because the 4 number of years are on the left hand side and 4 number of years on right hand side, okay. So these two periods will be considered as a middle period for this given data, okay. Now the period in between these two middle period, okay, what I am saying, please be clear your notions for this problem. The middle period between these two middle period, okay, middle period between these two middle period for the given data will be considered as a origin, okay, will be considered as a origin. So take a second, बरोबर ना. तुमचा क्वेश्चन असेल की हे कसं काय होऊ शकतं, तर 1990 आणि 1991 ह्या 2 सालाच्या मधला जो काळ आहे तो मिडल पिरियड म्हणून आपण कन्सिडर करू शकतो. ओके, ठीक आहे. त्याच्या मधला काळ आहे तो मिडल पिरियड म्हणून आपण कन्सिडर करू शकतो. सो मिडल पिरियडला 0 देऊ शकतो आपण आणि 1990 इयर ह्या मिडल पिरियडच्या आधीच्या इयर साठी आपण डेव्हिएशन -0.5 देऊ शकतो आणि नेक्स्ट इयरला आपण +0.5 डेव्हिएशन देऊ शकतो. ओके, सो हिअर वी कॅन से दॅट for the middle period in between 1990 and 1991 we have to provide the origin or a zero deviation. Okay, and previous year we have to provide the negative 0.5 deviation and next year we have to provide the plus 0.5 deviation. Okay, logical thinking. Okay, plus 0.5 deviation. Now next, how to provide the deviation. Okay, so for 1990 year I have provided -0.5 and for 1991 year plus 0.5 or directly 0.5. Okay, so further here 1.5, 2.5, okay, 3.5 and 4.5. Okay, in this fashion we have to provide the deviations and previous years we have to provide -1.5, -2.5, -3.5 and -4.5. So in this fashion we can make summation of x is equal to 0 and further problem can be easily be solved by determining the x square and x multiplied by y and with the same columns we can calculate the x summation of x square and summation of x multiplied by y. So further problem is simple one if you understand this deviation part. Okay, if you understand this deviation part. Okay, so already I have captured more 5 minutes from the next lecture. We will stop here and we will discuss the same problem in the next lecture and the further points. Okay, so now you can put up your roll numbers in the chat box and you can leave this meeting, no problem, and you can join the next meeting. Is there any question you can ask? Roll number 51, 36, 25, 48. You just put up your roll numbers in the chat box and leave this meeting, or else I'm going to close this meeting. Your roll numbers will not be recorded, or else I will put up. Ah, 73 roll number, Vaibhav Jagtap.